Hi, my name's Sophia. Welcome to this Tower Love reading. Welcome to this community. Okay, so the first thing I'm getting is fight fire with fire. I feel that's connected with the phoenix rising. Your person's rising up and focusing on more of their wants and desires, as with you actually. I feel that's what that's connected with, but more so it's to do with, if you've been following me, I say that I knew David was my person regardless of third party interference, what people were saying, blah, blah, blah. I said I knew that. And I was like, it's kind of like, you know, that saying, I'm going to fight for this connection, or I'm going to fight for this person. But this is wise. Why doing it wise, not like literally fighting. Hence protests and petitions and things like that. You know, what you resist persists. And that's why this community is very important, because there's no resistance. There's no fight against anything, because what we teach you is just to love yourself, and the laws of the planet, the air you breathe, brings into your reality your loves and desires. So that's what I'm feeling. Fight fire with fire. And the fire is wisdom, because it's the wands, and the flame. So do it wisely. Don't do it like going out there knocking on the third party and who the fuck are you taking my twin flame, or having an argument or something like that. I'm not saying twin flames don't argue. They do. But what I'm saying is that fight it the twin flame way, which is loving yourself and bringing your person, calming yourself, calming your reptilian with a situation, then your person comes towards you. That's what it is, working on yourself. The other energy I'm getting as well is, there's some equinox, I always say portals, but it could be an equinox. There's something happening for this phoenix rising, for these unions of twin flames. This reunion is quite important because it's connected to Five of Swords, Seven of Swords. And like I said, with this year, selfishly going for your wishes and desires. Like someone could say to you, you know, you shouldn't be involved with someone who's involved with someone else, and you not bothering about that. You're just like, I'm just following my love. Then they follow their love. This is what this is about. There was another thing I was picking up, but maybe it'll come in to the reading later. I'm going to post another video on the Facebook group if you like this, my types of videos. It's going to be a different one on Facebook, so check that out. I'm going to do it straight after. In the Facebook group you get free programs as well. Sometimes there's additional posts from all of us who's in mission, and we all who's in mission posting their additional readings as well in the Facebook group. So tons of extra stuff in there to help you. Oh, that was the thing that I was saying. I always talk about mission, and some of you might have stopped your channel or watching me as a tarot reader who's a twin flame or something like that. This is about simply, I just want to say this to all of you, really. Most people kind of think of spirit upstairs as Christ-like consciousness, right? God. Without saying God, some people don't believe in that and things like that. But there is an overall godliness of this planet most people heard of or know of. But if you think about God, even if you're religious or not, he had disciples. He had people helping him. He had people, when you think about the rich and the famous, they're fuck all without their managers. When you see films, they're like, I watched Elvis Presley film. It was pretty good. I liked it until anyway, the film was good. Put it that way. I don't know if it was accurate, but it was pretty good, the film. And it's all about how he was screwed over by the management. You know, you watch these films and they're always saying about the management when they're struggling. Elton John done a film. It was a musical because it's Elton John. It was brilliant. I loved that. And speaking about musical, couple of months, me and David go and see Lion King. I've seen it, but I'll watch it again and again and again. So So I go and watch that with him as well. Can't wait. Anyway, it's about management. Wouldn't release them or push them too much, or don't care if they're doing drugs, turn the other cheek. My point is that I want to say that was the thing that it was the download to be said, because I'm about mission. But working by yourself is never, like I said, is not a godly thing to do. Because it's a solo, it's ego. It's how can you possibly make it in this world without collaborating with people? And that's very important that you understand that. That's why this time is about collaborating. And I don't care if they are religious and they say that, and, you know, I'm spiritual, I'm godlike, I'm like God. And spiritual people collaborate with other people. That is, a true master teacher learns from others. Doesn't stand up there alone and takes all the credit. That's mastery. Learning from others constantly. Right? And that's what, I'm not saying that's what I do, but that's what we are here to teach you. So I just want to say that, because I'm getting that. It's just about collaborating. I don't know what to say. It's about collaborating, really. So let's jump in. This Five of Pentacles is interesting, because the first card is the Ten of Pentacles, Five of Wands, Knight of Cups. Ten of Pentacles is the house, the car, the picket fence, which I've been talking about in my reading, the Ten of Pentacles. And the interference, Ten of Pentacles, Five of Wands, King of Cups. In between that, in between you getting this happiness with your person, Mr. or Mrs. Knight of Cups is Mr. or Mrs. Romantic, right? It's Five of Wands, other people's interference. I'll give an example, because as most of my readings, it's connected to the initial energy. As you may have heard I say that, and I said it to David, that if you didn't have kids before, it would have been, I don't know how it would have worked with us, because I didn't want any kids. I don't want any kids. I'm not going to have any more kids, right? Fact, that's it. But David wanted kids. Everyone knows David, his family, all the babies' mums always talk about how David loves kids. He loves kids. He wanted kids. He knew he wanted kids and all that kind of thing. So, but meeting me, then having the kids, and it's connected, so bear with. How would we have worked if you didn't have those kids, right? David's response might be, well, why are they such a nightmare? The baby's mum. Okay, I get that. That's true. He actually said that's true. But his response might be, well, why is the baby's mum such a nightmare? Five of Wands in the middle. But once again, bear with, this is connected. We haven't chatted about this, but it doesn't matter. I would then say, David, if your baby's mum's, and this is what you need to hear, wasn't a nightmare and was, just say okay. Let's not say amazing, but let's just say okay. I promise you would stay in that situation. I promise you. And then we would never have met, would we? The fact that they are a nightmare pushes him away to search for something better. Hello, then I come into your reality. Now, why I'm saying that is fighting fire with fire. Because I'll say it like this, but, you know, because I'm the better person. I'm not arguing with him. I'm not manipulating him with kids. I'm not asking him for so much money. I'm not pulling the kids back from him if I don't agree with him. Or all this kind of manipulation, the devil tactics, let's just say the third party use, right? Consciously or not consciously, whatever, right? Then they come towards you. So it's not like, that's what I was saying, the initial energy of fighting fire with fire. The Ten of Pentacles is you try to do it the conventional way of, okay, I'll build my house, the car, the picket fence with my person over here to prove that that situation over there is no good. But I don't do that. That's what I say to you. It's not about that. It's about my wants. Really, my wants is, I'm so glad that they have the kids over there. I do. Obviously, if anything happened and David had to have the kids all with him, it wouldn't make no difference if he had all the kids with him. But I'm glad then we get time for ourselves. And that's what I love. It's not about me conforming to the Ten of Pentacles, right? To what other people do. With the Five of Wands is other people's interference. So you're trying to conform, right, to some kind of tradition, belief, Ten of Pentacles way of doing things. That's what this is. That stops your person, right, that keeps them tied to the Five of Wands. They keep him tied over there, him or her, because they want that knight in shining armor. And because they spat out the Ten of Pentacles. If I can pick the card up, but you've seen it. They got the Ten of Pentacles with the person. And you're, like I say, you're trying to do, well, they've got my person because they spat out the house, the kid, well, they didn't spit out the house, but you see what I mean? The kids, the picket fence. If I do that, then he'll come towards me. That just keeps you out in the cold. At the bottom of the deck, Five of Pentacles. Because that's not what we're here to do it that way. Underneath, Nine of Cups in reverse, King of Cups, Moon. Why is the Nine of Cups in reverse? Oh, you won't be happy. Like I said, the concept, and when I see videos with David playing with his kids, and how I see him, how he talks to his kids on FaceTime and stuff like that. Oh my gosh, I'll be like, oh my gosh, I would love to have a kid with that guy. And I've known that from before. It's heartbreaking. But with the Nine of Cups, it's a lot of emotions, but it's in reverse because it's literally what I said. It's not connected. You think it's going to make you happy, but it's not going to make you happy. Nine of Cups in reverse to the Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. It's like, this will make me happy, but it won't. Because you'll just be, all I would be doing is just holding the back. I wouldn't. I told him, I said, if we had a kid, you'll be holding the kid. You'll be getting up in the night. You'll be doing the bottles. You know what he said to make it even worse? Yeah, I'll do that. Oh my God, I just want a kid with him. Do you see what I mean? But no, I'm like, nah, I'm selfish, mate. I want, in reverse. I'm selfish. I just want David. Fact, right? And he knows that. I've told him plenty of times about it. Then, right, you get the King of Cups, right? Them not get the Knight of Cups, right? Knight in shining armor. But you get the King of Cups if you selfishly go towards your wishes and desires. Cups, emotions, right? It's in reverse. It's upside down. It's not the conventional way of doing it. It's not how people would want to see it to be, right? But that's what this is what is different. Like I said, with the initial energy of spiritual leaders and teachers and tarot readers are out there by themselves. It is never the biggest spiritual, they would class spiritual person, right? Religious teacher is God, and he was not alone. He was not alone. And that's what this is. This is about doing things differently. I don't know where they thought, most people think about going out there and doing things alone is different. It's like what God done. They didn't. No one who gets out there, they always have a team of people. It's always a team. And that's why people are not successful. Because they don't have a team of people around them. And it's also about learning to trust as well. By yourself, that's when people don't expand and grow. Now I can help you. Before I was like, join me in mission, but I can't make you successful on YouTube. Very hard and impossible. I can get you successful boots on the ground. Other ways now. Definitely I can do that. Although I know more people are going to come into mission soon. The Moon card were the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is like, because the King of Cups is underneath the Five of Wands. They think their person is, it's an illusion of them having this for example, having kids and having a house over there. And I'll give an example with my example with David. He's got a baby's mum who he's never lived with, right? Now, I haven't heard her side of the story, but David has said he's never had a relationship with her. He's just gone round there, that, you know, not a proper relationship. You know, gone round there, stayed overnight, left, right? Never went anywhere, no dates, no, nothing like that. That's what David says. I like to hear her side of view, but, you know, that's up to her. She don't have to, but I like to hear two sides of the story, is what I'm trying to say. So I haven't heard her side, but I know he hasn't lived there. And I would never have a child with someone who doesn't live with me, right? But hear this, not one, not two, but three she has with someone that doesn't live there. So there's a delusion with the moon card that, oh, okay, he's my Mr. Romance because we have 3 kids together. I'm like, no, you just spat out 3 kids with someone who you just got pregnant with. It's a delusion, right? If you do it your way, then they come towards you the proper loving way, the King of Cups. Because this 5 of Wands is like, it's all in their imagination of that person's going to come towards them. I'm like, why they would have done that the first time round? That's why it's very, very rare twin flames are living with that person or married to the person. It's very rare because the intention is for you to love yourself. 9 of Cups, right? In the reverse, like do it the reverse, literally, of what other people, 10 of Pentacles, the house card, the picket fence, right? Selfishly, 9 of Cups is doing your own wishes, your own desires, selfishly, right? To what other people with the 10 of people do, to what other people do. And then you'll get, because you're loving yourself, you'll attract love, the real love. The moon is like, don't be deceived by it. Like I gave my example with David. If she was okay, right? This one he had 3 kids with, right? If she was okay, I guarantee David would be over. I don't think, to be honest, he'll be living with her because I don't think he would do that. Maybe, I don't know, right? But we wouldn't be together if she was okay. So this is like, as I'm always saying, the perpetual law of transmutation of energy is very important within twin flames. It's actually a twin flame law. If you read into it, it's actually, you'll read into it, you're like, fucking hell, this law is twin flame, right? This perpetual law of transmutation of energy. But it's connected with this reading because this is about what's hidden, right? And don't see it as what you perceive it to be. That they're happy over there. It's a front. It's, you know, it's not real. It's an illusion. It's like, you know, it's there in the dark. Do you see what I mean? This is what this is about. Don't feel like, because all you'll do is leave yourself out in the cold. This is about getting the strength to see things clearly. And that's what this community does. Like I say, when you're by yourself, you haven't got others to learn and bounce from and to see their experiences from it. Many people always cussing out your person. 10 of Swords is underneath here. They're stabbing you in the back. They're with a third party and all this kind of thing. And it's like, no, don't judge that. But would you prefer people to stay unhappy? That's what your family will say. Don't go with your twin flame. Go with Billy Bob, the accountant. Right? He'll make you happy. And then you'll go, well, you go with Billy Bob the accountant. Oh, no. Well, what are you telling me to get with Billy Bob for? Right? If they wouldn't get with Billy Bob, what are they telling you for? People want you to make, so they want you to be with someone else because they don't want to deal with the unhappiness of this until you get there. But if they love you, they'll deal with it. They'll stand there and they'll support you. Right? Like I say, to be famous, they have they call the managers like a marriage, don't they? It's like a marriage, it's a contract. So you have to get the right management to be out there. Many famous and successful people always talk about the managers. Like I say, it's a good team of people that support you. Who is your support network? 5 of Wands. And I say that is because of you don't have to worry about them. Like I say, I explained my situation, and most of you are kind of in a situation like that yourself. Don't try to be a version of what that person is, because that person knows about you and is trying to be a version of you. Your person can see through it. It doesn't matter if the moon card is here, right? They can see through it, right? Because the moon still has the light, the moonlight. Because they feel you with the cups. They can feel the bullshit. They can feel when you're like, I really don't want to get married, and I really don't want to have kids, and I really don't want you to live here, right? They know you're bullshitting. And same with the person, whatever you're lying to them about, they know you're bullshitting. Moon is to do with the portals, like I said, or whatever, the rising, the phoenix rising, equinox. Something's happened here that's it's not changed the contract, I get it. That's I don't know, different stage of the contract. Five of Swords, Six of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. Five of Swords, as I said, this year is about selfishly going towards your wishes and desires. Regardless of the lies, the deceptions. Five of Swords, Seven of Swords, I say. With what you perceive it to be, right? Don't watch that. Don't watch that. Don't worry about that. There's plenty of people, when you're becoming famous, they say, you're not going to make it. Don't be stupid. They're lying, right? This is about selfishly going to what you want, and then you'll be victorious. I said the initial energy was fire with fire. Fight it the twin flame way, not that way. Now, does that mean you don't get married, settle down, have kids? As you see on YouTube, the ones that are together that marry, they do marry. But it is harder to get twin flame, to get living together, to get married and all that kind of thing, than to be famous. Because most are so plugged into the matrix of the Ten of Pentacles. The house, the car, the picket fence. And that's why it's very hard for lightworker, starseed, twin flame to be married or to be living with that person, is because that is against the contract. The contract is to tell people, like, just live your life. If you're living, if I had to say to David, let's get married, and I want to get married, let's get married, let's get married, and there was a comfortability with him, that the risk that I might lose him, or to be happy with him, 10, 20 years, just seeing him how we're going now, I'll take the 10, 20 years. And that's what this contract is about. Stop forcing people or doing something that, you know, stops you from going for your happiness, from being victorious, past the Five of Wands. Because Five of Wands here, then Six of Wands. That's by you going for your wants and desires. Then, like I said, then most twin flames, the contract is for you to get married and settle down. But after you sort out all the bullshit of what really is the bullshit. Like I say, with the children, and your twin flame, you normally feel very connected to their children anyway. Right? So it doesn't matter. It doesn't... I mean, are you saying that you wouldn't adopt another child? You're a lightworker, starseed, twin flame? Then you aren't a lightworker, starseed, twin flame then. What do you need? And that is what this is about. This contract, because children are very important with the twin flame contract, is about, it's not always about blood. It's not. I feel connected with the people in mission like family. I've never met them. I didn't know them neither, right? And that's what this is. This is about who you resonate with, who you're energetically aligned with. The Nine of Pentacles is about you being independent from the rest. Stop following the sheep. I might put that, I haven't put an advertising video up for a while. I might put that up. I'll put it in a Facebook group and put it up here. My adverts. Stop following the sheep. You'll see the sheep at the end of this video. Not this one, or the advertising one. It's hard because you think you're not. I always hear tarot readers say, oh, you know, I'm sorry, I'm different, I have to do this, and I'm sorry, and, you know, I feel I'm different, and I'm like, you literally feel, and that's when I get people who dye their hair, or they have dreadlocks, let's just say, or they wear bright clothes, or you know, I paint. I'm like, I'm spiritual. I'm like, that's not different. There's loads of people that paint. There's loads of people that dye their hair green. It's not different. Being a tarot reader, especially now, and I feel that that's what's happened with the since well, lately, let's just say, it's been saturated on YouTube with tarot readers that now they're seeing they're no different. They're not. They're not different. In fact, you're going to see more tarot readers coming away from YouTube because they're not getting bookings. So it's kind of pointless. They just do it for a hobby, right? And once again, this is about, well, you know, hobby is people looking at me and boosting my ego. What kind of a hobby is that when it's not really doing... When someone's got a hobby as art, right? That's fulfilling your purpose. No one knows about it. You put it up in your place. That's cool. A hobby which people are all eyeballs on you and liking and subscribing and licking your ass is vanity. It's vanity all day long, right? They might love tarot, but if they're not making money out of it, it's a hobby. It's a hobby. That's all it is. Nine of Pentacles is money, right? Money. Getting money out of it. Like I said, I stopped promoting Mission because I used to say I could 100% get you successful on YouTube. When the virus came out, that I shut my mouth because I knew that everybody will jump on board, right? Because of, you know, additional cash. And that's what loads of people done. When they were bored at home, they couldn't do anything, let's jump on YouTube. So now, but now I could get you successful outside, right? Offline and online. As what I've done with people in Mission now. Nine of Pentacles is about you focus, like I said, doing it different independently. Us in Mission do things differently, literally differently than others. You won't find spiritual leaders volunteering. They don't volunteer, they don't do anything. Oh, I'm a spiritual person. You know, I believe in God and all this. I believe in karma. So why aren't you out there helping people? They don't help anybody. And they put their opinions from upstairs. I'm like, that's karma on their ass. Five of Pentacles is your halfway of wanting your person, bottom of the deck, to be like the other person. You literally want your person to come out of that situation to come into your situation. That happens, right, down the line. That happens. But it's not about, but the contract is to remove the bullshit of what you don't want. Of the program, the matrix, following the sheep. There we go. Detach from 3D, the physical, that will send you to the 5D. Love my cards. Look at that, alien. You've got to detach from the 3D way of doing it. Being a tarot reader, saying you're different, ain't making you different. What are you actually doing that's different? Because I guarantee those that say they are different, you that's watching think, yeah, they're a little bit different, right? But even me, my tarot readings are a little bit different than other people, right? But the actions I'm doing off, you know, behind the scenes is different. Just being a tarot reader saying I'm different, loads of tarot readers say they're different, right? So that they're not really different then, because loads of tarot readers say they're different. It's actions, like I said, the initial energy, fire with fire. What wise action that they're doing outside of it. That is what is different from that tarot reading. So they are just, they're alien, with my card alien, but they're still 3D as well. 3D, 5D. Fragmented versions of themselves, right? connected with upstairs to do a tarot reading in the first place, but the 3D fragments them into the physicality of the house, the car, the picket fence. Let's close it out with one of these. I think this is short-ish. Wow. Well, check out the one on my Facebook group, which, well, not my Facebook. See, our Facebook group. Actually, I've loaded that onto Andrea because Andrea controls it. But check out the Facebook group. Links in the description box. I'll do another one there. Fear again. Just when I said it's short, 5 of them come out when I normally take out 3. I'm trying to stop fighting how I feel about you. I feel that you might feel that's with your person, but I feel that's about how you feel about the situation. There's a fight, like I said, the initial energy, once again, with this fiery fighting energy. And you're fighting something, but you haven't got people to break it down to you for you to see it differently. Like I say to you, look, you're like, oh, the baby's mum is a bitch or a nightmare. And I'm like, what do you want them to be? A fucking gorgeous supermodel? Are you fucking crazy? Right? Then you'll have no chance. Let them be the bitch and the nightmare. You need to understand the connection. Right? You're fighting something and it's like, okay, let them fight. Let them be like a fool. Then he'll come running to me. That's how you got to see this, right? That's how you got to see. But if they're fighting them and then you're fighting them, why would they come towards you? They're already used to that fight over there. They don't want a different version of fight. They know how to deal with that fight. I made the wrong choice. I feel once again, you feel it's your person with their third party. But you are making the wrong choice. You're making the wrong choice for following. I'm not saying you could. Yeah, I am actually. Saying cut off those people that don't serve you. Cut them off if they're not in a situation that you want to be like, right? You can just make a YouTube channel and do tarot, right? That's it. That's all that you're following. The spiritual person. Instead of them doing cards, they just get the downloads. As you can see, I get the initial energy, just like a spiritual teacher that you're listening to. I get the spiritual talk download just like them, right? And then I use the cards. You can do that, right? But are they out of it? What are they doing outside of that? Words are not enough. Words are not enough. Definitely since the virus, words are not enough. Action, right? Ones are action. So I think you making the wrong choice. That's the delay. You're making the wrong choice. You're not joining. You don't have to join us. You don't have to join us. We'll collaborate with a team of people who support your twin flame, help you get out there in life, support you to be a better person, can make you financially abundant, help you with your children. I do all sorts, right? The quadrant of life. Sort out your health at the same time. All of it, right? What are you listening to someone who just tells you what you want to hear and then you click on? I don't understand. You're making the wrong choice. I now know how much I need you in my life. I feel this is what you need to know with your person. What they are mirroring to you. You're always, twin flames are like, he needs to know, she needs to know how much they need me. I'm like, no, you need to know. You need to know. Without David, this wouldn't be. That's it, right? Regardless what he does. I wouldn't have this here now. I wouldn't have been a higher being, removing negativity, collaborating with people in mission, making those programs. I'm not even talking about relationship. Just by meeting him, all that is enough. You need to know about it. I fear you will reject me. Like I say, you're over here wanting to have what is over there, and that's not the real authentic self. Because they're in a 10 of Pentacles over there, house, family, third party. And they don't want that. But you're mirroring to them, I want that over here. So that's not them. So they fear that you will reject them because that's not their true authentic self. That comes later. So I understand why they fear that. Oh, excellent. Last card. Definitely needs to start over. To collaborate with people who can help you. I'm going to do a video to mission people as well. I do talk videos. I've got another download for them. What else to move forward on. That's what you need. Someone who can talk to you on I talk to mission people on a one-to-one. They all have different scenarios to help them to move forward in their life. Christ, I mean, you lot are doing the same old. I say to mission people, look at where you were. It sounds vain, but it's not, because it's from upstairs. Before you got into mission, look at your life there to where it is now. It's completely changed. Not look at your life compared to your twin flame. Mine's is definitely all day long, David. He can take all the credit for all this all day long. I don't care. Particularly these cards, as he's always going on about. Temperance. Because he was the one who told me to make these. So definitely. But your life, mission people, I say, look at your life, how you've moved forward. What are you lot doing, apart from mission people who's watching? What has changed, right, in your life? You're plugged into the matrix. You're following the sheep, and you simply are saying what other tarot readers are saying. Oh, my reading is different. When if everyone's saying, oh, my readings is different, then what is the difference? There is no difference. What actions, action steps that they are doing? Because they don't, spiritual people, then they should at least be volunteering. Actively changing people's life. Actively. A tarot reading does not actively make you know that. You've had tarot readings, extended readings. Has it actively changed your life? So like I said, you are making the wrong choices. You. Not your person. It's not about your person. You want to know about the mirror? Book someone in the community. They'll tell you about the mirror and with the image reading and all that kind of thing if you want to know more about your connection. All right, I'm leaving it there. Jump onto the Facebook because I'm going to do one right now for the Facebook group because it's only for the Facebook group only. And I'll speak to you later.